Mwenda kuria ki? Niwabaie chakula. Gani mukuma? So, yes. Yes, yo. It don't stop. KRS-One. Right, go. Yeah. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. So today we'll be talking about men. I think today we can... being a reparenting Tuesday, I think we can touch just a little bit on men. Many men. Many men. Wish death upon me, God, I don't... I think that was 50 cents. Seriously, you had a 50 cents. Many men. Many men. Wish death upon me, I don't... All those are like thoughts and vitu kama hizo. So, today's live we'll be talking about men. Well, we'll be having a conversation. Just a little bit. We go it. Just a little bit on the men part. You know, I'm not a man. I'm male. I consider myself male. I'm not a man. I refuse to identify as a man. I identify as male because in this world, the man is fucked up. So they have... I think I should stop talking about they. We have. Let me be talking about ourselves because sasa hizi ni vitu sisi wenyewe ndio tumekubali, okay? We have accepted roles that are not healthy for our society, unajua. And though I do like us to have this kind of conversations, however, the most important thing is taking action, not just talking about these things, okay? So now, from a very young age, the boys or the grown boys or men, wacha kwanza tufungie mbuzi mahuti hapa. Kuna senge iko hapa iko na tabia mbaya sana. Yaani inapiga hizi zingine inakula peke yake. Kwani you think you are the only goat here? You're not the only goat. Kuleni hizi. Shika hii wewe na uvae miwani. Nisikia mbuzi nafaa kuvaa miwani. Ndio ukae mbuzi smart. Koko. So now, nyinyi mngojea chakula kuku You wait for your feed. But mnaweza chukua mbogo. Sawa, mkae hapo you understand something, maybe mtu anaweza kuwa kula apata information. Sawa chicken. Now back to the live. So from a young age, the little boys who grow up into men or little boys in men boys, they are conditioned to be strong. Okay? At all times. So unasikianga kijana akiwa mdogo anaambia unajua yeye ni ndume. Unajua you're the little man of the house. So before they even know who they are, they already have a role instilled on them. Ushaienda unakuta mama, a single lady. Unaenda unasikia amesema, you know this boy? He's the man of the house. You look at the boy, he's 5. Ati najua hii nyumba inakuanga na mwanaume. Nimezaa mwanaume kwa hii nyumba. And I'm looking at the mwanaume like, kwapi mwanaume? So and then a boy comes, okay? So I'm like, okay, I do understand the whole concept is a boy is supposed to take the roles of a man, okay? But when you do that, you are repressing the feelings, okay? That this boy is going to grow. By default, ushaanza kuonyesha huyo kijana, he's not supposed to express his feelings. He's supposed to be the man of the house. He's supposed to be, not now, he's supposed to be the man of the house. He's supposed to be what you can call taking charge or taking the role na vitu kama hizo. And before I get there, just because you know I got interrupted by that phone call, let me just kidogo tu I add on that phone call. No, forget about that phone call. Fuck that demon. So now, these little boys are taught to repress any feelings that they have as they are growing up, because they're supposed to be men. They're supposed to be little men in the home. So they shouldn't be showing any forms of fear. Kijana akilia kwa nyumba anaambiwa kwa nini unalia na wewe ni mwanaume? But crying is healthy. Akikuwa sad, if a boy is sad in the home, anaambiwa, why are you being sad? You're a man. You're not supposed to be sad. Akishow any signs of fear, anaambiwa, why are you showing any signs of insecurity? You are a man. But these are feelings. These are natural things that you're supposed to feel. What you do with the feelings is up to you. However, you do need to feel these feelings. You need to feel pain. These are feelings you need to experience. You don't have to embrace it. You don't have to, stay in that feeling or own that feeling, or what you can so agree or take it upon you, but you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel happiness. You're supposed to feel sad. Whether you decide to remain sad is up to you, or whether you remain to continue in those feelings is up to you. However, we sit our ass here. Feelings is feelings. Now, we are talking about men. We are talking about supermen and superboys, and how our society has stopped saying they have. We have. Now, this is the reason why most men only express one emotion: anger. Because remember, as a little boy, you're not supposed to be showing any weakness. As a little boy, you're not supposed to be showing any emotion. You're supposed to man up. You're supposed to be grown up. You're supposed to be hard or thin. Na vitu kaa hizo. I like knowing I'm a nosy neighbor too, eh? So when I hear neighbors, I'm like, what's happening? Oh my God, yeah. I have a lot of metal lying in the compound. Na kumekuwa na history ya scrap metal dealership. And I have some neighbor who has some new caretakers. And I had them wakikuja kuuliza chumba kwangu, like, mnaweza kuwa na scrap za kuchu. I was like, why is a caretaker in my compound asking? And amezionea wapi? Nikajua ni kwa fence. So anyway, so the only emotion that men are allowed to show in the community that we have, or the society we have, is anger. So it has become acceptable to have men showing anger. So a lot of men are going to show anger because anger is the only reason, or anger has become like the default emotion that is acceptable to men. It is acceptable for men to be angry and fight over parking. It is acceptable for men to be angry, to have anger and fight because msichana wako ameguzwa matako kwa club. So this is by design. You may not even know it. This is even why they design sports like wrestling matches and boxing and MMA, and even when they are sparring, like before a match, they have to show anger. Wanaambiwanga wa pose, like, men, pose for the pictures. Yeah. So this is by design. You may not even know it, but this is by design. It is by design. So because when you have anger, when you are angry, when you're acting out of anger, you don't have what you call a coping skill. Most of the time when you're angry, even for yourself, you know that when you're angry, you do destructive stuff. When you're angry, you can do something out of anger and you're like, fuck, man, nilikuwa nimekasirika mazee, pole jo, mazee ni hasira jo. Because when you're angry, coping skills to cope with anger is not something that a lot of people have, okay? So what does that result in? When you have a lot of men who are angry by design, okay? They're angry by design. It has been done for them to be angry. But we know that anger, you need a lot of coping skills to deal with anger. You need maybe to pick a fight. We even have movies like anger management, because anger is an emotion that can be destructive. But they are teaching men to be angry by design. Why? Because the end result of this is what you call dysfunctional behavior and high suicide rates. Na wewe ukijua mwanaume is already a target. So let's not even talk about the suicide rates. Let's talk about the dysfunctional behaviors. First of all, tukiongea maneno ya suicide rates, wewe unafikiria suicide ni mtu amejiua ati amekufa. No, suicide rates go way further than that. When a man has lost ambition to marry, when a man has lost an ambition to pay dowry for his wife, when a man has lost an ambition to pay for his children's school fees or provide, that man has committed suicide. He may be walking a shell, he may be walking around, you can see him. He's a walking, talking thing, okay? Talking donkey. Shout out to Duilu, Wakantankan. So he may be walking, moving, you can see him, but he's a man who's already dead. He's a kamikaze. He's a suicidal man. Most of the accidents that you're even seeing on the roads are not as a result of what you can call um, mechanical issues, okay? We are in this world because we are stuck in this world. I cannot even claim to escape because we have to live this world together. So even I have had the same thoughts whereby you are driving and for some reason you feel angry and you look at the opposing side with the trucks and you're like, you know, I can just end it all. You are thinking in your mind, if I just crash this car and I die. Everybody has suicidal thoughts. But now, more so, this is being pushed to the man and man is making suicidal thoughts. So men wake up one day and they leave their families. Men wake up one day and they crash their cars. Men wake up one day and they cause destruction na vitu kama hizo. So could this be by design? Because that is the question. And if it is by design, how do we see it? Because you see now the thing is, when we have dysfunctional families, it is even easier now to continue dividing the family. So now we can continue with that father, mother, children division thing going on. Because now it is becoming a normal thing for us to entertain destructive patterns. It is normal now for men to keep battering women and we say, mazee dunia siku hizi imeharibika. No, we are supposed to be addressing the issue. And addressing the issue starts from birth. And I keep saying this. And I keep saying this. The only way you are going to heal as a collective is to heal your children. And the only way to heal your children or to raise a better generation is to deal with your trauma. So you have to admit that you have been traumatized from birth. You have to admit that you need to ask for help when you need help. This whole bullshit about a man having figured it out is wrong. It's not possible. Men have emotions and men feel things. And they are not supposed to be told that they are not supposed to fear or feel these things. I was watching, you know, I don't watch the news. I don't even watch the TV, but I do catch my information in other ways. So I have a friend in Russia. His name is, whatever his fucking name is. I keep forgetting his name. So Najua Russia and they have these Akina Gorbachev stupid names depending on their locations. I'm not saying they are stupid, I'm just saying the dialect, okay? And so he keeps sending me videos on how they are fighting the Ukrainians, okay? He was in Kenya, we were friends, and then he went back to Russia. I want to go back too much into the details on our relation because it's more like professional and everything. But I realized that every time they kill soldiers in Ukraine, he enjoys sending me the videos. And I told him I don't like looking at videos of dead people. But he feels a sense of achievement over Russia. Now, this is someone that we have been, for the last, I think, 4 years now, going back and forth and everything. And then I realized that what he's doing is self-soothing. Or what he's doing is, since he cannot escape into drugs because he's out there, his coping skills for the anger he feels for everything has now become, or his mental suicide rate, because now maybe in the war and everything. Because what happens is that men start using alcohol, we use pornography, we like womanizing, and other destructive patterns, we pick on them and they become the norm to cope with that issue of us not expressing our emotions. Okay? So him sending me the war pictures and everything is one of the ways that he's coping with the trauma that he's going through. Now, what do men need? Men need a purpose. Because you cannot go soothing men because men are masculine. Okay? Men are externalizing. Men are thought. So men don't need feelings. The only way a man can be balanced is by going into what you call his divine feminine role. Okay? Understanding what it means to be a masculine. Because inside there he's going to find how he can now cope with his feminine side. So, men don't need feelings. We don't need women feeling sorry for us or for the society to feel sorry for us. Men need a purpose. Men need to have something that they need to accomplish. Okay? Men need support. Whether it's at home, they need to feel that they are supported. Like, okay, it doesn't even have to happen at home. Men need to feel that they matter. All this Black Lives Matter is bullshit. Black Lives, how about men matter? How about men thoughts matter? Men need a sense of belonging. The moment you show men that they don't belong, you are showing men that you don't need men. These things can be done by women. This is wrong. Men need a sense of belonging. Men need appreciation for the important role they play in the collective. Remember, this is an esoteric page. So before you say men are dog, you have to understand that men play a role that you cannot play in the collective. And I'll give you an example. Let's say, bad example to give, but it's the only example I can give. Let's say that I don't even like giving. This word is so like messed up. Like even the examples you have to give have to be negative. So you have to be very careful with the negatives you give. But let's just say that this one we are going to have a happy ending. So let's say a car is rolling down Valley Arcade. City Shuttle, City Hopper, City whatever, one of those cars. And for a reason, the driver cannot negotiate that corner up of Pan Afric Hotel. So the car loses control and lands in a gist. There's no injuries. However, the first people, let's say we have a whole bus, imejaa wamama wa guild, wamevaa vitambaa za blue, na whatever, ama women colleges and everything. Na hiyo bus imepark hapo. The moment that bus crashes, the first people who will be on the scene, getting the people out, wengine watakuwa wametoka all the way from Uhuru Park, men, running to come and rescue. Because it is inside them to take charge. Women, wenye watakuwa next, wakiwa na simu kwa basi, watatoa simu na kusema, Gai, oh, ini mago, gari one yako, mako rutuonea. I'm giving an example. I'm not saying that women cannot do it unless they are trained, but I'm showing you that underneath it all, men need that, a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose. Men will always take charge. A man will jump to rescue someone, hata kama hana skill, because it's inside them. So, men, like I said, this video is for, just because of this live, I'm going to use the word men. I don't consider myself a man, I'm male. But for the sake of the men, because that's the only way they can understand, I'm going to use that term. So men need to know that their lives matter. Their role in the families matter. And the rage that they feel, or that anger underneath, it has to be dealt with. I have my punching bag right here. This is where sometimes I'll come and take out my energy. I have my punching bag. I haven't used it for some time. You can see it's all covered up. Okay, I have a Jorex. This is my Jorex punching bag, okay? So, what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to go too deep into this video, is that men need to know that when they act recklessly out there, or what you can call out of impulse, they are hurting, and they are modeling the same hurts that they are going through, the same patterns to their future generation, because we pass these things through what you call epigenetics. So you may be thinking that you have healed, but unless you deal with the anger issues that came from you being told that you are a man when you are not a man yet, you are still going to pass the same trauma to your children through birth. So men, you need to know that we believe in you. Okay? I, Nothing, Jegawa Mudaka, I believe in you. I believe in your wisdom. I believe in your ability and the true nature of your innate logic or word or staff or stick or flaming sword. I believe in your compassion and problem solving skills. If you didn't heard that before, you are hearing it from me, because we really need to get out of these programs that we have been put in, so that in due time we live a better world, because you're not going anywhere. You're coming back to this world, and it's better to come back to a world that is better than before, and the only way to do that is to leave a better world behind you. Shout out to everyone in the comments, and shout out to everyone in the liking the screen. The mega 9,000 likes out of over 30 people watching. We should be at 30,000, but I do get you. It's how you have been brought up, okay, you know, so I don't blame you. However, it is what it is. It's hard to support something that looks like you. You know, it's hard when you're getting conversation kicked by someone who looks like you. It's the mulatto syndrome. You can't help it. You have been trained well. Sasa, let me see if there's a question. So it looks like there's no question. Looks like there's no comment. So it looks like it was just a quick one. This was a quickie live. This was a quickie live. So that's it for today, the Parenting Tuesday. Just a little bit for the men out there, the men of this world. Find a purpose in life. Don't just go through life. Create something. It doesn't matter what you have to create. It doesn't take, it may take you a few years, but you have to create something. You need a purpose in life. A lot of the men, or a lot of the things that are wrong with our society, is that the men don't have a purpose. They don't have a dream. In their own lane, they don't see something they have to attain. They just live every day going by the news. What is this politician saying? What is that? Has got nothing to do with you. So shout out to everyone in the comments, and do have a beautiful day. Dayo, dayo.